Everyone thinks Joe makes videos about Star Wars, Marvel, Doctor Who, but what Joe really wants to make videos about is Agatha Christie's Poirot, a classic series of novels based around legendary detective Hercule Poirot, made famous by David Suchet. Oh, are we actually doing this? Right, no, it's fine, I just, you know, I thought we could do a video about something topical like, Tiger King. Right, okay, sure, look, you know, I've got a comedy degree, I've got my masters now, I'm sure I can make a franchise out of this, don't even worry about it. I can franchise anything, right? Right, okay.
Cannot trust a one. Another one?
So, hit it off with ground running. We've got Murder on the Orient Express. This is Hercule in his prime. You know, he's dashing, he's sophisticated. Unlike Sherlock Holmes, it's set in the 20th century, although, I mean, most modern adaptations of Sherlock Holmes do like to sort of bring it forward to the 20th century. But okay, moving on. So yeah, it was a great little movie. It was a Christmas movie. And then, fuck it, they're all Christmas movies. How's about that? Christmas franchise. I mean, yeah, okay, so you're looking at your franchise potential. You know, you look at your Marvels. You got your Tom Hollands, your Benedict Cumberbatches, your RDJs, your up-and-coming stars, your Kenneth Branagh. Really, franchise leader? Don't even worry about it. It's fine. Boom! Death on the Nile, yes! The hot anticipated sequel. We're going from cold to hot, baby! Hercule will face a case he struggles with. The mystery is just too deep. I mean, can he solve this one? Spoilers, maybe. This is the Empire Strikes Back of our franchise, kids. We really want to flesh out the character here, learn about his nitty-gritty backstory, even though a lot of the charm of the character is that he's quite aloof and distant and doesn't really have a defined backstory. This is franchise we're talking about. I'm talking hints through a dark past, I'm talking memories of a lost love potentially coming back to haunt him, and also we're going to meet our comic relief here. It's a boy called Arthur Hastings, you're going to love him. It's played by the hot topic of the day, and it's hotly anticipated. James Acaster or Louis Capaldi or something. He's on his holidays in Egypt, and he abruptly gets drawn into old Hercule's plans. Can you believe it? What do they do next, eh? After all, the game is afoot. No, hang on lads, that's Sherlock Holmes, we can't use that one. Well no, that's the Sherlock Holmes catchphrase, it's literally, it's on all the things. I mean, I think even the Millie Bobby Brown did it one, you know, the game is afoot and all that. Well, come on, put your heads together. What does Hercule Poirot say? Come on, lads, we need a zinger to put this franchise on. It's going to be on all the posters. Fuck it, he doesn't have one. Don't even worry about it. Plenty of heroes don't have the catchphrase. I mean, what's Iron Man's catchphrase?
I am Iron Man.
Yeah, there you go, don't even worry about it. Kids will just make up their own catchphrase on the playground. Or we'll let the fans decide and have a live, die, repeat situation where we let the fans, like, you know, we incorporate the fans into the marketing and do it sort of that way retroactively. Kids are gonna love it, put it on the Snapchats or what have you. Okay, so that's two, okay, so now we actually have to make one that the films are not based on. You know what I've always thought was funny? Grease. I frickin' hate Grease. You know, tell me if I'm wrong, put up a bloody community poll or something, but how many times have you been stuck in some crap school or college or Amjoin production of Grease, and it's just the same crap every time? Now mate, Grease? Listen to the lyrics. You're the one that I want. You're Grease Lightning. It's about bloody demon worship, mate. It's about Satanism. I want a version of Grease that changes nothing about the lib, about the songs or anything. Okay, bear with me. It'll be called Grease with the inverted commas. And when people say to you, oh, what show are you doing next week? They'll be like, oh, I'm in Grease. And they'll be like, oh, you playing Sandy? You playing Danny? They'll be like, no, I'm playing Lucifer. And they'll be like, what? And you'll be like, it'll make sense. Don't even worry about it. We're going to tell no one about it. In Grease, the musical plays out as is, but it's subtly replaced in the background. There's constant demons running around. Danny Zuko is possessed. The Grease Lightning in the car, it's a summoning song. There's drawn one of those pentagons on the circle, and they are summoning. Pentagon? And they are summoning the devil. They are literally summoning the Grease Lightning. You're the one that I want. It's a song of possession. He's literally trying to hypnotise Sandy to possess her. Hopelessly devoted to you. Well, she's hopelessly devoted to the devil, mate. I mean, you know, if he's played by that boy from the Netflix show, who could blame her? Evil Under the Sun. This is the third installment in our franchise. This is the Return of the Jedi. Consider it more of a Game of Thrones Season 3, if you ask me. Brings us all the way back home to Devon, and it's a changing time. Poirot's getting old and tired, and he's having to face up to all his crazy actions. Yeah, okay, so he's forced to bunker down and live the quiet life in this small little quaint village. But gosh darn it, this boy cannot help himself. It's Hercule Poirot, for crying out loud. You gonna keep this kid down? No! And he's getting involved in all the village politics, and he's sat there on the council meetings, and it'll be like the Hanford Parish Council meeting. You all remember that one, right? Yeah, of course you loved it.
Read them and understand them!
Oh god, okay, so this is the third film. No, that's not gonna do, that's not gonna do. We need to spice things up. Oh! He gets a secretary! That's right, he gets Miss Lemon. She's all grumpy and curmudgeon-y, and she's a foil to cheeky old Poirot's plans. And then there's a reporter called Ariande, Oliver, who is like basically the Agatha Christie surrogate, and we can throw her in, do you know what I mean? At this point, we're gonna start getting self-aware at this point, why wouldn't we? Yeah, so why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we? The Clocks, a Caribbean Mystery, the fourth film in our franchise. This is the On Stranger Tides. Everyone's favourite Pirates of the Caribbean, right? It's a Caribbean mystery, and we're going in, and it's the hotly anticipated return of the Countess Vera Rosnikov. To heated, steamy affair, Arianda and Arthur, they have a little swift summer romance. And I think we should hang this one on a big boy cliffhanger because I can't do it anymore. Sorry, it's too boring. It's too boring. It's freaking 50. It's like 100 years old at this point. Who the frick cares? Kenneth Branagh, you're great. You played Shakespeare in that one, and you were Gilderoy Lockhart, and you directed Thor. You know, in a bit of an uncharacteristic career move. But what are you doing? And what are you putting me through? Okay, forget all that. You know what the people really want to see? The Brave Little Toaster cinematic universe. That's right. Anthropomorphic household objects going on big city adventures. Hey, you know, Toy Story asks, what do your toys get up to while you're away? Well, I'm asking, what does your toaster and your Hoover get up to while you're away? And the little lamp hopping around, you will love that, right? So here's where it stands, lads. The series currently consists of the original, The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars, and The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue, which despite being released third theatrically, is actually a direct sequel to the original Brave Little Toaster. So technically it's the second one in the franchise. Well, look, we're already pulling a Black Widow. We're slotting films in the middle of the franchise before we've even done it. But I say, why stop there? Brave Little Toaster's Magical Christmas is the next logical step in the franchise, which we're going to give each of the little appliances a different religion to represent. It won't be weird. Why are you making it weird? Stop making it weird. Brave Little Toaster Toast on the Run is an experimental installment where food itself becomes sentient, and the toaster has to chase 2 slices of toast through the wilderness and big city living. In the end, they make him question his morality and his place among the human race. And why must the toaster be the one to decide when the toast is done? How does the toast feel about all this? Brave Little Toaster, back in the habit. It's another installment in what we'll call the Galactic Saga, where the toaster is called upon to be the ambassador of Mars. You see, it's a callback to the third film. To defend the solar system from alien invaders. So this is going to be the one of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the franchise. This is going to be the one that Empire Magazine points to and says, it'll never work, but of course it absolutely does work, because we'll make it work. Our Brave Little Toaster, timed out, finds the master, the human who owns the appliances, experimenting with time travel and accidentally sending the appliances back in time to the 1950s, where they land in a nuclear community of tomorrow, where we discover the origins of the appliance sentience. There you go, lads. It's due to all the nuclear radiation. The very first appliances that could think for themselves were a result of nuclear radiation from being so close to this nuclear testing facility. Because of all this, the fridges and the washers and the dryers want to wage war against the humans. And the Toaster Gang have to fight their own kind. Are they all going to make it out of it? I don't bloody know. Brave Little Toaster, Time's Up, is the Logan of the franchise. It's the final emotional installment, which finds the master moving house and agreeing to live a sustainable green lifestyle. He gets all new appliances that run on steam, and there's some funny back and forth between the old and the new before he eventually passes on his appliances to a neighbourhood child. The little girl sits on the porch with a Hoover and a lampshade and a wired radio and a toaster as she watches the original master drive away. As the sun sets, Toaster remarks, "Keep on toasting, buddy." Fade to black. Young Poirot will be a Netflix original series following young Hercule as a dashing policeman proving himself in a turn-of-the-century Belgium. There's government espionage, high-speed car chases. This series mainly exists to rope in the young demographic, so we'll sign Tom Holland onto 2 seasons just to be safe. Oh, and of course we'll have like a young Arthur Hastings as comic relief.
And even though it all went wrong,
so then back to the cinemas, we've got The Hollow, which will pick up a couple of years in real time, so everyone will be ready for some grittier, more mature storytelling. The story relocates us to pre-war Japan. Tensions are running high here. Vera reveals herself to being a Russian spy, and Poirot struggles with the frustrations of a violent world. He longs for the simpler times. Now, I hear you ask, are we going to pick up from the cliffhanger from way back? Well, probably not. We don't want to stress out the older demographic too much. They've got bingo at 4. So we're going to check in with Arthur and Ariande, who have a kid by this point, and there's conflict over this publishing deal that she's due to sign. Arthur doesn't want it to turn his best friend's life into a series of fantastical novels. But Ariande argues that the world needs someone like him, now more than ever. Tensions boil over, they both walk, and the next we see of Ariande, she's waiting nervously at the publishing office. It's a real will they won't they situation.
And oh, where the road then takes me.
And finally, while the light lasts, you guessed it, Hercule Poirot dies. Kill him dead, and then I won't have to write any more of this ridiculous fucking franchise. Well, okay, so we're in the 70s, it's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy, what more do you want? You know, of course he's not a fan of it, who is a fan of it? You know, and screw it, he doesn't deserve to have one last outing. He's got dementia, mate. His brilliant mind is riddled with the curses of this disease. And he's actually let go of the case, and given the success of Ariande's books, he's been constantly hounded, because I mean, he asked for this 6-film franchise deal and a Netflix series and everything. He got greedy, he dug too deep. So everyone's asking him, Mr. Hercule, what happened in this book? And he's getting all stressed in the interviews. Comment on the racy details and fan reactions. I don't know what I was referring to at that point. So it all gets too much to him. He collapses during an interview, and then on his deathbed, all his old buddies come to visit him, and isn't that nice? Which ties in with the young Poirot. You see, do you see what I'm doing? Do you see what I'm doing? And this film will be made up mostly of memories, because I mean, this A-plot, you know, it's really for the demographic, but people still want it. It'll be a real Mr. Holmes situation. You like that? You like a Mr. Holmes? The A-plot is about the old detective coming to terms with his ailing health, but then the B-plot is all these flashbacks to a mystery he had long ago. Yeah, it's got to tie in with the Young Poirot series. Of course it is. Why do you think we made the series in the first place? And you know what? Even after this film, if people really like the memory parts of this film, even once he's dead and buried, we can make more Young Poirot, because the Solo proved, even after your character is canonically dead in the main series, doesn't mean you can't churn them out for more sequels. So yeah, fuck it. But Kenneth Branagh's Hercule Poirot, he's on his deathbed in a quiet ward. His hands are trembling as he writes his final notes. He almost can't do it. Then a hand reaches down to help him. He looks up, it's young Poirot. He's passing the torch, he's passing the torch! Young helps old, and Poirot turns over to sleep. And there you have it. We did it, lads, we did it. Are you happy? Are you proud of yourselves? We made a franchise out of this bad boy, and it nearly killed us in the process. Now, Kenneth, won't you let me sleep?